Welcome to Purpose. I'm your host, Corie Clark. I'm just a normal girl who decided to go for it. I created a thriving business from the ground up without sacrificing my sanity, and I believe that you can do the same. You were created on purpose, for a purpose, and I fully believe you can turn that purpose into profit. Each week, I'm going to bring you practical advice to help you live your life and grow your business on purpose. Welcome back, friends. Happy New Year. Happy new decade. This is your host, Corie Clark, and I have been on a little hiatus with the podcast, and I was planning on bringing it back before Christmas, but I just decided to take the time over the holidays and have one less thing to focus on. So needless to say, I have missed you guys. I have missed recording. I was so excited to sit down and plug this microphone in and get to work. And in all honesty, 2019 was not my favorite year. It had a lot of lessons in it. So I'm sure down the road, looking back, I'll be very thankful for the year. And I am thankful for the lessons I've learned, and I'm thankful for where I am now and where I'm headed. But to be completely honest with you, it was a rough year, and there were so many times that I wanted to throw in the towel. And I was just like, I just want to be a stay-at-home wife and mom and not work. But that's just not who I am. And I have this calling on my life and this deep desire to help other people, to help other women discover their purpose or get realigned with their purpose, and to actually make more income and more impact with what they're called to do. And so I'm just really appreciative for every single one of you who listen, for those of you that have been along for the ride for the last 5 years. We just celebrated the 5-year birthday of the Purposeful Planner. It was actually December 16th, I believe, is when they arrived. So it's always fun to see that memory pop up on Facebook and to look at how far we've come. And so I just wanted to, for the first episode back, I wanted to encourage you guys for your goal setting and for the endeavors that you are going to be going on this year and this decade, because it can be a little overwhelming. And so I'm just going to share like 3 quick tips that I apply when I do my goal setting for the year. And my husband and I actually go through this together. But I've learned over the years, I used to set these wild and crazy goals, and I still set big goals. Believe me, I do, because I believe everybody should. You need to push yourself. And if you don't set goals, I don't think you'll ever get to where you want to go. But I also am very intentional about them now. I set fewer goals, but they're really big. And so I wanted to just share those with you guys. But before I do, I have to share that there is so many exciting things going on in Purpose Babe land, in our business, and I'm so excited. And some of you have probably seen this if you follow me on Instagram, but we are having our first live event. It's going to be open to female entrepreneurs, women who have a side hustle or they want to start a business and are purpose-driven. And I'm so excited. We're finalizing all those details, so stay tuned. We'll have an announcement hopefully next week with the dates and all the details. And but for right now, you can get on the wait list. It's at corieclark.com/live. And you can go get on the wait list. That way you can get in on the early bird ticket deals. So we're going to have some early bird pricing for all of the ladies who are ready to commit to themselves and to show up and make new friends and build community and grow themselves and grow their business. Don't mind the trash truck in the background. I swear I sat down to record, and there was literally like, as soon as I plugged in the microphone, there was a gardener outside with a leaf blower, and now there's a trash truck. So, but this is real life. And I feel like that the more you guys can see and hear and feel that I am just a normal person and things go wrong for me all the time too, then the more you'll realize that you are capable of doing what you want to do. So anyways, so we've got the live event. We have the Purpose Babe Society is going to be opening again soon. I'm really excited about that. I have a whole new program I'm going to be walking my members through. And we're going to be really focusing on building a personal brand, because that is the one thing that will separate you from the next person who's selling the exact same thing as you. So there's only one way you can separate yourself, and that is with yourself. And so I'm really excited to be diving deep with that. And so if you want to get on the wait list for that, you can go to CorieClark.com/VIP. All this stuff will be in the show notes. And lastly, we are closing up our applications for the Inner Circle Mastermind this week, actually. So if you're listening a little bit later in January, then you probably missed it. But if you're listening when this releases, you've still got some time. If you already have a successful business, so this is not for beginners, this is for someone who has a successful business. They're ready to go to the next level. They don't need any more courses or trainings. They really just need coaching and mentoring and a group of other women who are at a similar level as them to really help collaborate and help push them to the next level. That's who this is for. So you can, I've got a link in the show notes for that. You can go to CorieClark.com/mastermind. You can send me a DM on Instagram, and I would be happy to send you the application. But if you want more details, there's going to be 2 in-person events, and lots of fun stuff going on just for my mastermind ladies. So anyways, so obviously there's a lot going on this year, but truthfully, this was our easiest planning session that we've ever had. And it was crazy because I sat down and I was thinking, oh man, like we've got so much going on. This is going to be a crazy planning session. Like, how are we going to get everything done? How are we going to fit it all in? But honestly, it was the easiest one we've ever had. And I truly think it's because we've gotten so crystal clear on where we're headed, on what we want for our life, for our personal life, for our business. And we've really learned how to say no to the things that don't matter, say no to the things that aren't aligned with that. And so honestly, like, I think it only took us about an hour, and then we got to just sit and have fun and, you know, brainstorm about what we're going to do for our live event and what we're going to do for our in-person events for our mastermind. And it was so free and easy and fun. And so I want you guys to get to that point. So I'm going to share 3 things that we do, and this is why I truly think that it's become so much easier over the years, and why we are actually moving forward in like alignment with our purpose, with our vision, with our values. So, okay, so number 1, you have to have a long-term vision of where you want to be. So I'm talking like a 10-year vision. And not just like a vague vision. Like, sit down and write out a 10-year vision as if anything was possible. Like anything. You could make any amount of money. You could be in any relationship. You could live anywhere. You could have the business of your dreams. You could have the team, the products, the offers, the clients. You could, the cars, whatever it is. That, like, if money was not an object, like, and you could have your dream life in 10 years, like, what would that look like? Where would you be traveling? Who would you be friends with? What, like, every single little detail that you could possibly imagine, you get crystal clear on that. And then you move backwards and you make sure that as you set like 5-year goals and 3-year goals, that they're aligned with that and that they are like keeping you on the path to that 10-year vision. And when things come up that aren't aligned with that, then say no. And obviously, like, your path's going to change. It's not going to be perfect. Honestly, like, we have a plan, but we know it might not be exactly what we thought. There's no way. I mean, even 5 years ago, when I was launching the planner, I had no idea that I would be sitting here, recording a podcast. So there's obviously going to be changes and ebbs and flows in your path, but having that vision and creating a path to get there is actually going to start moving you in that right direction way more than not having a plan. And so that is so important. And honestly, we do this every year. And I really actually like do this like every couple months. I'll kind of rewrite out maybe like the person I'm trying to become and who I want to be and what kind of business owner I want to be. Anytime I want to like reframe, set new goals, kind of like analyze where we're at, I always start with a vision and with a person I'm wanting to become, because you need to set your goals from that place as if you are already that person, And so when I write mine out and I'm a multi-7-figure CEO, I'm making my plans and my goals and my decisions as if I already was that, because I promise you, and like I still do this, I guarantee you're doing things today, you're doing things this week, you're doing things this year that the future you would not do. And so it's time to start cutting that stuff out, hiring help, outsourcing, saying no to things that do not align with your purpose. Okay, so then number 2, you have to actually make the plan. So you've got the vision, you've got the purpose, you've got the values, you've got the dreams, but how do you actually make things a plan? And you have to plan out, like we put up our big 1-year wall calendar. If you don't have one, they're in the shop. Honestly, it's just like a download. You get it printed at your local print shop or a blueprint shop. This thing has changed the game for us the last couple of years. We created it 2 years ago. And it's so amazing because what we do is we brainstorm everything we want to do for the year, and then we really start putting it on the calendar. But the first things that go on the calendar is family things, our family vacations, our Brody's spring break, and things that we know we want to do as a family. Those go in first, because if you don't make time for the things that bring you joy first, they're not going to make it on the calendar. They're not going to make it into your schedule. And so that's where we start. And we block off, the dates for my mastermind. We block off the dates for the mastermind that we're a part of. And we really anchor in those super important things first. And then we say, okay, so what do we have space for? What else can we try to achieve in these like free chunks of, the year? And so, and then we plan out, our launches, and we know when our launches are for the planner. And, there's obviously busy things that we know happen, and we can get those planned. And then we make sure we go into the smaller stuff. Okay, so what's going to be our date night this year? Tuesday nights are our date night. We got to the end of last year and realized, gosh, we did not go to the beach as much as we like to. And we live right by the beach, and we just let life get a little crazy last year and didn't make a plan or an intention for it. And so we made a plan that we're going to the beach every single week this year. I want you guys to be sure that you're scheduling in time and making a plan for time for the things that will bring you joy. Because at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you're making or how little money you're making, if you aren't happy, if you aren't content, if you aren't making memories with your family and your friends, like, what's the point? And, we've had some sad things happen, and I have a dear friend whose son is battling cancer, and there's too many things. Life's too short to be so consumed with your business and so consumed with drama and chaos and being busy and trying to make it to the top. It's not important enough. So make sure that you're planning along with your business. You are planning things for your family, and you're planning things with your spouse or your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Because if you don't set that intention and make that plan and make those things a priority, they are going to suffer. And truthfully, like Ryan and I have a really good marriage. Like we're happy. We're best friends. We spend a lot of time together, and obviously like we fight just like every other married couple. But I promise you, like people ask us how we're so happy and how we're so in love still. And I truly believe it's because we have made our marriage a priority. We've made going on date nights a priority. You know, we put our relationship before the kids, and I think that can be hard sometimes because the kids are like the center of your life, and if you're not careful, they can actually become the center of your family, and your marriage should be the center. So anyways, sorry, that was a little side tangent, but whatever it is, I want you guys to sit down and think about the different areas of your life that you really want to find joy in, and make those things a priority. Put them in the calendar, because you taking time off of work is going to be okay. Like the world is going to keep spinning. Your clients are going to live. You don't have to answer every text, every email, every DM the second they come through. You have to set some boundaries and create space for your own personal life so that your business does not consume you and you get burnt out. So number 3 is you don't have to do all the things. I know, believe me, as an entrepreneur, I'm very driven. I love new ideas. I love trying new things, but it actually can be like something that can hold you back if you're not careful. If you keep watching what everybody else is doing and trying to do what they're doing, you're never going to stay focused on your one true calling long enough for it to stick. And I truly believe that God has given every single person a purpose, and I fully believe that you are capable of living that purpose out. And so if you can get super focused on what you're called to do, stay in your lane and do your thing, and stop trying to chase all the things. You don't have to be the best wife, the best mom, the best business owner, the best friend, the best, party thrower, the best chef. I mean, like those things, if you try to be the best at all those things, you're going to actually not be good at any of them. So find your thing, stick to it, own it, and be okay with not doing all of the things. And once you get, that really going and it starts getting traction, and whatever it is, if you're a course creator, if you're a coach, if you have a service-based business, if you have a shop, get super focused on your good thing that you've been called to do and get it going. Get that momentum going. Start bringing in some revenue, and then you can build a team to start outsourcing things and maybe try other things, like add new things to your business if you want down the road. But you don't have to do all the things. And that is like the most important thing that you can remember right now. Every single person is posting their goals and their goal tips and, how to set SMART goals and these goals and that goals. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's super overwhelming. And I myself can get caught up in that. And so I've been really trying to make sure that I'm sharing with my audience on Instagram and emails that the most important part of goal setting is that you are certain. Like you're aligned, you know who you are, you know who you're becoming, you know where you're going, and then you set goals that are in line with that. And don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about the people who are setting health goals that you're not interested in right now. The new year, January 1st, is just like any other day. So choose a couple of things that are going to set you up for some wins. Start building good habits, and just be sure of yourself and start tuning out the chaos, the drama, the people that don't belong in your life, the things that don't belong in your life, the habits that don't belong in your life. When you can get super focused on you, yourself, and become more self-aware, like that's going to help you achieve whatever goals you really want. But if you start with just the goals and the money and the health and that kind of stuff, you're going to get overwhelmed, because if you're not coming from a place of purpose, of gratitude, knowing your visions, it's going to really just set you up for failure. So I'm really excited for you guys. I know this is going to be an amazing year. If you need help setting goals, I have like a free goal setting worksheet on my website. I'll add that into these show notes as well. It's very basic and simple and follows what I just shared here, because I really want to just help you guys live your best life. I want to help you guys, discover your purpose, follow your purpose. And if you are wanting to turn that into a profitable business, I want to help you do that. It's truly like what I love to do, and it gets me so excited. I'm so passionate about helping, especially women who feel that they have this, this purpose-driven business in their heart, and they're really not sure how to turn it into something or how to take it to the next level. That is what I'm here to help you guys do. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this on iTunes. I greatly appreciate it. That's how we help other people find the podcast as well. And stay tuned, because there is lots of great episodes coming up, amazing guests coming up. This is going to be such a big year, and we're going to finish the year off together at Purpose Babe Live. It's going to be in the fall, and tune in next week so you can get all the details, dates, and all that fun stuff. All right, you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you next week.